Hello and welcome to another Pygame tutorial, and in this tutorial we are going to talk about two main topics, which is very main collision and showing a score to the screen. So if you seen my previous tutorial, you know the logic from which I do these two things mainly. So the same logic I'm going to apply it here. So it's a pretty good revision for all of you. Okay, so let's get started. So first of all, let's talk about what we are going to use here. So here I'm going to use a rectangle to the which I'm going to make in surrounding to the player and enemy also. The rectangle is not seen by us, it will invisible. Okay, so let's get started. So player rect equals to pygame dot rect. This is a function which gives you a invisible rectangle which the player cannot see, but it has to be there. So I'm going to give it x, y, and width and height. So these are all things we have to give. Okay, now we have to make enemy rect, which is going to be pygame rect enemy x enemy y enemy width comma enemy height. Okay, so now I created player rect and enemy rect. So now what I can do here is I could write player rect dot collide rect. This checks that if player rect collide with the other rect which I'm going to give enemy rect. So if player is going to be collide with enemy rect, so what we have to do is simply we have to you could say game over, but I think I'm going to give here message to screen giving a message so that player understand it dies. So now you die or you crashed. Now you crashed, and then one more message I'm going to give here is okay. So here the other thing I have to give is message screen position. So position I'm going to give it is 100 height divided by 2. So now it's good. Then the color I want here is red. Then the other thing I want here is the size, which I'm going to give 50. Okay, so now after this all I'm going to give it pygame to display dot update. So the reason why I'm giving it right here, despite of here we have pygame the display dot update, because it will not use that pygame to display dot update. The reason why it, because at the end of the loop I'm going to write time dot sleep for 2 seconds, and then after sleeping of 2 seconds what we have to do is pygame dot quit. So now, so this is the reason why it will not fulfill to get the position of pygame dot display dot update and can't get to the update process. So we have to update it individually. Okay, hope you understand that. Okay, so after this all thing I'm put the time. Okay, so after this whole thing we will suppose that it will work. Let's check it out. So I'm going to give a just run it one time so that we could understand. So now let's see. So here is our game. Let's see it worked or not. So this enemy coming down, and if our enemy collide with our player, then it should be work, but it is not working because I didn't pass collision down here. So pass collision down here. Now if I go down to here and write python practice 2.py, and after writing this whole thing I'd suppose that it will work. Let's see. So when it touches the enemy, then it will work. So you could say that you crashed. Okay, you can put any message you want, but I'm going to make it simpler, and we could make mad things functionality like if it crashed you will reattain to the game menu image, because uh, this is not a game over, this is a game you could say you lost the game. Okay, so the game over is another thing that we cross down to the game, or we want to get rid of all the game. But in this case we are going to get rid of only the main game, which is a playing game. We are not get rid of the menu, so I'm going to redirect to the menu when we talk about advanced, making menu screen and menu pause screen and many other functionalities, many settings, many other things. Okay, so till for that I'm going to pause it right here. After we get to that point in our future videos, then we will talk about that. Okay, so now let's talk about showing scope. So here I'm going to make a function show it score from. Okay, now one thing it take is message to screen scope. uh, it will not in, you could say, it's not necessary that we have to place it right down here. Here you could see I pass scope plus equals to 1, that when player crosses the height of the player height, you understand what I'm going to say, that hopefully you understand that when it crosses the height and going to the above, then our score will be plus 1. Okay, so here I could create a score equals to 1 0. Okay, now, okay, so here we have to show the skill and also give the position. So position, I think the best position is height, or you could say width minus 200, and in height let's give it 10. Okay, now color will be black because it's not anything which will be highlighted too much. And other thing here is the size, so I'm going to get it 50. Okay, so now let's call this function dry down here. When we goes to the main advanced level, then we will also talk about saving the score, so don't worry about that. Then we save the score, we can buy many cars we want from that. Okay, so here you could see the score. So let's make a score of 1, and then we will talk about everything else. So here you could see that if it passes the this and goes down to above, like the logic of going to a loop, then it will work properly. So now the score will be 1. Okay, now this is all about the score function and collision till this point of the video, but when we go to the advanced level we will talk about that. Hopefully you understand this thing. If you understand, please like and subscribe the channel. Okay, see you in the next video. Bye bye.